Hello YouTube. Today we're working on a new to me 64 Ford Falcon Ranchero. That's a mouthful. And we've gotten it running, and we have an issue with it just continuing to die after the carburetor runs empty. And I know the float seems like it's working well, but I think I don't have enough pressure coming out of that little tank that I'm running it on. And so I'm going to work on getting fuel to the engine today. So stay tuned, and it's going to be a fun one. In a previous video, I had looked inside this gas tank and found it to be full of rust. This is not connected obviously to anything. You can see light, so we're missing that hose that goes down to the tank. But down in the tank, which actually looks pretty good from down here, we see a bunch of rust when we stick the camera in there. So my great hope is that this tank is the same as the one that's in the back of this. It looks like the inlet is there. Let me get under here real quick and see where the sender is. What's over here? Okay, there's the sender. So the sender is 90 degrees off of that. So let's look at the one we have up there. So this is the one that was in the back, and so it does not look like the right tank. We've got this inlet here, which would not work, and then the sender is here. So that kind of sucks. I was hoping that it would work, but you get to find out with me that it doesn't work. And so I will pull that tank out and probably just spend a little time getting it as clean as I can before putting it back in. It's literally 5 to 7 minutes later and the tank is out. Kind of cool. Very easy to get things loose. The bolts are, let me get one out and I'll show you what the bolts are in such a way that if you just get it a little bit loose, you can lift it off and unhook it, and then the whole thing just drops down. So this one, the nut came off the end. The other one didn't, but it was enough just to go ahead and here it is right here. It was enough just to go ahead and unhook it. And then one wire and one hose, so we don't have return lines on this. And you can see underneath here we're looking good. The bed looks like it's in pretty good condition. And then the tank is a lot different than the one that we have above. Let me grab it and we'll put them side by side. Actually, that's not horrible. That's a much smaller tank here. That's a much bigger tank. So I don't know what this came out of. Maybe an earlier one. I will definitely be looking to see if I can do something here. But this tank, I know, has a lot of rat poop on it and what I would call sediment. So that one's gonna either require a good boiling or evapor rust or something to get it completely clean. So that's kind of my situation at the moment. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I like it. Okay. File that under the definition of not looking good. Our float, I assume, is in there somewhere. I might be able to steal the other sender from the other tank. But we'll look in here and see what we have. Right now, I'll just give you a little view of the... It's not horrible. I mean, it's bad. What is that? Mouse nest or something. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, we can vacuum a lot of that out. We'll do that and we'll look at it afterwards. See what we see. That had to be a cozy little house. That's what I've got out of it so far. I'll keep working at it. I think I've got most of it out. There's some flat stuff in here that's like I can't get my fingers in there. Like flakes of something, but it doesn't look like rust. It looks like this kind of stuff, maybe some kind of liner or something, or maybe something that was dragged in there with the probably old upholstery from something. Maybe out of that seat right there. So fun. The song that I got in my head is "The Things We Do for Love, the Things We Do for Love." Okay. That's bad. But I'm an optimist. And the reason that I know I'm an optimist is because it's not that bad. I'm glad I have a tank that looks like it's complete, that I don't have to go spend $400 for another tank. It's funny, but these old cars, the parts just get more and more expensive as they get older and older. And in the old days, you could just pick this stuff up for dirt cheap. So I hate buying stuff like that. You know, it just nickels and dimes you a little bit at a time. But I'm able to use these catalogs to get the right part number, so that when I buy something, I know I'm getting the right part number, and then I can also verify that this is the tank that I've got right here, and the one that's in it is the right one for the 64 through 70 Ranchero. And this is a 64, so yeah, so it's going well. I may have to just run a bunch of water through it to try to get some of that rust out, or just keep airing it out. And then what I'm thinking about doing is running some evapor rust in the bottom portion of it. I'm going to stick the camera in there in just a few minutes, and we'll get some data, I guess. About the goal is to get a good working gas tank. Imagine how many fuel filters I would have clogged up with this, and then that pile over there. I mean, there was a mouse had quite a nice little nest going on in there. Pretty good accommodations, and it probably helped me, because if you've ever had a car that's been shut down for several years, especially if it's more modern fuel, it will just and it with a pretty full tank, that will just distill down into the nastiest, gooeyest mess you ever had, and you will never get it out. I want to show you an example of I don't know if it's fate or what it is trying to conspire against me, but I just happened to look in the back of the bed, and I found these straps and these hooks, and I thought, oh, I wonder if those hold that other tank in. Dang it. Well, I'm gonna look inside of that tank, and then I'm gonna make a decision about what I'm actually doing here. And I still haven't really looked inside the one that's underneath, so we'll keep going. The decision is becoming even more and more obvious. This actually had an O-ring underneath it, and a little bit of cleanup. I'm guessing this thing will ohm out and give me an actual reading when I fill it up with gas. And then I think I've got some footage already in here, but let's look in here real quick. Look at that. Oh, I like it. I think I'm going to use it. I'm going to take that as a win. It looks like it was meant to be. Everything fits just like it's supposed to. All I need is the hose from here to here, which should be pretty easy to so I said from here to here, and then I need a gas cap. And then for my fuel sending unit, this is the wire. It's now way too long, but I'm going to probably do something just to keep it, because it has a quick connect that pops on here. And then I just need to go from this hose over to this hose right here. So I'll just run it over the top of the tank, go a little bit longer with it, and just feed it right down in here, and so that should be good. This has a vent on the tank. I'm going to replace this hose, but I am going to leave it up like that. I think that'll probably help it just kind of let air out as it sloshes around. But I mean, it fits. It looks like it's made for this car. But I know that they came with a 20-gallon tank, so maybe it's an earlier model that still fits this car. Maybe out of an earlier 60 to 63 model. But that's what we've got. It's working. It's clean. I did pull some materials out of it that looks like a mouse had started making a nest in it. It was just a little bit, but the inside of this tank is really, really clean. The gasket here is good. The sending unit works, and so I mean, it's ideal. And that little container that I'm using to feed it, it doesn't have enough pressure behind it to keep it flowing into the carburetor. So I'm hoping that the fuel pump on this is good, and that it's going to keep it running consistently. It's it's maintaining its coolant. It's not losing any of that. I ordered the Z bar today. I'll have to see what other little parts I'm missing for that, but I'm hoping I can get this thing driving. In the meantime, I'm going to make an appointment to get it get the VIN inspected and see if I can't get it legal in my name. Oh, I ordered 4 tires for it too. They're coming in next week. I ordered 195 70 14s, and I'm just going to take the tires down there and have them mounted up, because I figured if I have to haul this thing to the cops or whatever to have it inspected, I might want to have it on the dolly and then just have it roll on its own tires. The only thing I worry about there is that it still has the drive shaft in it, and I may have to pull that off. So okay, anyway, yeah, one thing at a time. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. We're going to call this a win for today, and I've still got another tank, a bigger tank, that I can do some more work on and get it going. It's going to need another sending unit, so I'm happy. Have a great Sunday, guys.